All right. I just finished Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 2 and we are in for a show, people. I truly believe it. Hello. Let's just get right into it. I really don't have much to say about episode 1. It was kind of meh. It was okay. It was there. It was just really exposition to help set up the story and get us into the second episode and into the rest of the series. I would say things that stood out to me were the action set pieces for Falcon and Winter Soldier. I really liked the little scene Falcon had in the cannons, and I liked the little nightmare scene that Bucky had showing him in his truest form as Winter Soldier. Shit. um, and I do like Sam's relationship with his sister. Holy crap, he has a sister. And they're navigating because she survived the blip and he didn't. So that's a whole new dynamic. And we get introduced to the Flag Smashers, which is like this group that aims to have life restored to how it was during the blip. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so we were talking about the Flag Smashers. So we talked about their goal, and we don't really know too much more about them. We sort of get a better glimpse of them in episode 2, but at least for me, I still haven't found out too much more about them. What happens at the end of episode 1? Yeah, so at the end of episode 1, okay, let's rewind a bit. Sam gives up the mantle of Captain America. He gives up the shield and he's like, this isn't for me. And the reasoning, in my opinion, was complete bullshit. It was just there to push the plot forward, which sucks because it's like, if you're really going to have Sam, who in the comics holds the mantle of Captain America, if you're really going to have him give up this shield, it needs to be a good reason. And it was not a good reason. He was like, oh, I feel like this symbol, it's only enhanced by the men and women who give it meaning. And I feel like for me, this isn't, this belongs to Steve. And then the government said, aha, fuck you. And they turned around and they said, okay, we're going to give this to new Steve and he's going to be the new Captain America. Okay. And they did it. I have to cut this out. I'm so excited. So they revealed the new Captain America on TV at the end of the episode, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like it looks like they ordered him off Wish. Already having negative thoughts, but we get to episode 2, which is leagues above the first episode. I mean, shit is rolling in this episode. Okay, things are rolling. So episode 2, we find out more about this new Captain America whose name is John something. I just watched it and it escapes me. But his name is John, and they show like his credentials and basically telling the audience why he is Captain America. And he actually knows how to use the shield, which is surprising because I figured it was going to be for show that, he had the shield and didn't know how to use it, right? But he knows how to use it. And I think that's going to come up later. I definitely think that's going to play a part later in the series. I feel like John is, I don't want to say he's outright evil, but something about his intentions with taking this mantle, they're not pure. I don't believe it. Um, and in this episode, we're also introduced to the new Bucky, which is Battlestar. And that is played by a man named Huskins. Is it Huskins? It's not Hopkins. I know that. I think it's Huskins. Um, and he calls himself Battlestar. Fun fact. The reason why, because in the comics, Battlestar is supposed to be the second Bucky. However, the term Bucky, calling a grown black man Bucky, is very much racially insensitive because it was used to, that is what slave owners used to call the slaves. Like they used to call them bucks. And so a writer, Dwayne McDuffie, I know him primarily for DC, but maybe he did some Marvel work also. But anywho, he let the original writer know that, you can't call this man Bucky. It's racially insensitive. So he ended up changing it to Battlestar. And so I like that. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. This second episode is just jam packed. Let me just get to the juice of this episode. The greatest part of this episode.
Alert. Alert. Nerd out about to commence. Please take caution.
Isaiah Bradley is confirmed. They name dropped him. So let me calm down. So Bucky and Sam, they're on this mission, right? And they go up against some of the Flag Smashers. Now we learn that the Flag Smashers are all like, they're all super soldiers. And so I was like, okay, wait a minute. If they're all super soldiers, that means the project is still active. Where are they getting the serum from? Does this span back to where I think it's going to span back? And it does. So after they face off against this group of Flag Smashers, they go into this neighborhood, and they go to Isaiah Bradley's house because Winter Soldier knows him from way back when. So Bucky and Sam get to the house, and they knock on the door, and and this boy opens the door, and he's like, "What do you want?" And they're like, "Look, we need to see Isaiah." He's like, "Yeah, you're not getting in this house." And then Bucky's like, "Look, tell him this is the guy from the bar and such and such. He'll know what that means." And the boy lets him in, and we see Isaiah, and I was like flipping out because I can't believe they actually introduced Isaiah Bradley. Like, Isaiah Bradley is the first Captain America in the comics. He is amongst the first Black super soldiers. For me, that is a huge deal, and it's a big deal that they're actually introducing him in the show, and they're going to expand upon him. And I think that little boy, well, he's not a little boy. I think the teenager who answered the door, I think that's Elijah Bradley, which in the comics he's known as Patriot, and he's like one of the leaders of the Young Avengers. So it's just a lot. It's just a whole freaking lot. I hope they're doing Young Avengers. I feel like it's happening. We haven't gotten Elijah's name drop yet. If we do, I feel like it's happening, and I'm ready, ready, ready for it. But I just wanted to really fan out over that part because that really made the episode for me. That truly made the episode for me. I was like, oh my God. Like, we're actually doing this. So after they have this meeting with Isaiah, Isaiah's basically like, look, I'm not helping you. They treated me poorly, and I was a national hero. I fought for this country as Isaiah Bradley, as the Captain America, and they threw me in jail for 30 years. I'm not helping you with shit, basically. And he was like, get out. So, oh, I can't focus. So Sam and Bucky leave, and Bucky ends up getting arrested because he missed his court therapy. So Captain America ends up getting them out of jail, and the therapist comes, and Sam and Bucky have their therapy session like right there in the interrogation room. And that was funny. I like their banter. I am loving the banter between Sam and Bucky. It's like, I don't know, it's great. So after that, what happens? My God. So after that happens, they leave, and Bucky's essentially like, look, when Isaiah said my people, there's more context in the conversation. It's not coming to mind right now, but he meant Hydra. And Sam's like, you're not saying what I think you're saying, because the answer is no. And Bucky's like, look, we have to. He knows everything about Hydra. He can help us out with this. And the camera pans, and we go all the way to Zemo. And I guess now Zemo's going to be introduced in episode 3. Not introduced as in the first time ever because he was in Civil War, but he's going to be introduced within the series in episode 3. I can't wait. I'm sorry, this really wasn't like a review. This is like really like a quickie, I guess. Because I was just fanning out, like fangirling or nerding out over the fact that they really introduced Isaiah Bradley. I never thought that would happen. I never ever thought they would do that. So that was crazy. Um they have this action scene on the two trucks in the middle of the second episode, and that was pretty cool. I thought that was cool. Cap and Battlestar end up saving them. Not really, because they get their butts kicked too. So that was a nice little action set piece. But yeah, other than that, this was a good episode. This really is kickstarting things. So I would definitely recommend you guys give this a shot. Let's try it out. The first episode might be a little bit of a drag, just a little bit, but it will help set things up so you have better understanding and better context moving into episode 2. So yes, this is my little quickie on Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I will catch you guys on the next 2 episodes. Peace.